Today, Tuesday, July the 14th, we celebrate the feast of a relatively new canonized saint, Kateri Tekakwitha, the Lily of the Mohawks. Pope Benedict in 2012 canonized her as the first Native American so honored. For a long time, she had already been popularly acclaimed for her holy life. So it's the daughter of a pagan Mohawk warrior and a baptized Algonquin mother. She was born in 1656 in what is now Orisville in upstate New York. Tekakwitha became her Native American name, meaning, quote, she who bumps into things, unquote, due to what had befallen her as a child. It seems that when European settlers arrived in North America in the 16th century, they inadvertently brought with them deadly diseases, including smallpox. These often spread among North American peoples, killing countless. Her parents were among those killed when she was just 4 years old. Tekakwitha herself contracted smallpox. Although she survived the disease, she was badly disfigured and partially blind. Orphaned and sickly, she was then taken by relatives who tended to her care. Then, trying to make inroads in Iroquois territory, where the Mohawks village at that time was located, a few years later, in 1666, the French attacked the Mohawks. After defeat by the French forces, the Mohawks in that area were forced into a peace treaty that required them to accept Jesuit missionaries in their village. Early in life, Tekakwitha had made a vow not to marry, which ran counter to the culture of her people and created great personal difficulty for her. And at the age of 11, she met Christian missionaries, but did not seek baptism at first. 8 years later, however, she met another missionary, Father Jacques de Lamberville, who baptized her on Easter Sunday, 1676. Kateri, or Catherine, named after Catherine of Siena, then became her Christian name. Known for her virtue of chastity and penitential acts, she was then shunned by her tribe because of her religious conversion to Catholicism. Finding life in her village stressful, she then walked 200 miles to the northeast to settle in a Christian mission, Kanawaki, which was then in New France, which is now Canada, and located across the St. Lawrence River from Montreal. Here she made her first Holy Communion in 1677, and for the next 3 years, she led a devout Catholic life, attending Mass twice a day, fasting, teaching children, caring for the sick and the aged. One of the missionaries who knew her wrote, her soul was well disposed toward perfection. Then Kateri died on April 17, 1680. Upon her death, at the age of 24, witnesses said that minutes later, her scars vanished and her face appeared radiant and beautiful. In her village, now sometimes known as the village of St. Catherine, the epitaph on her gravestone reads, quote, "The fairest flower that ever bloomed among red men," unquote. A number of miracles and appearances were reported after her death and were attested to by the Jesuit missionaries. And this continued over the years. The Council of Baltimore in 1884 then petitioned the Holy See to begin her beatification process. Even before that would occur in 1980, she had been included in the background of the beautiful mural that we have over the entrance to our cathedral, personalities important in the spread of the good news throughout the Americas. There are national shrines to Kateri in the United States, 2 in New York, at Fonda and Orisville, and many statues and memorials to her all over, big one up in Quebec, and one even in the Southwest, notably in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Kateri Tekakwitha is the patron of ecologists, environmentalists, those who have lost parents, people in exile, people known for their piety, and certainly Native Americans. Because of Kateri's notable path to chastity, she is often referred to as the Lily of the Mohawks. The lily being a traditional symbol of purity associated with the Virgin Mary. Thank Kateri Tekakwitha, pray for us, that we may duly respect the import of Native Americans and of all God's children everywhere.